Greetings, biker friends. Today I wanted to give you guys a little update and review on my quad lock phone mount that I have for my motorcycle. I originally picked up the quad lock because I really like the simplicity, the snap-in design, and how it's very minimalist looking on the handlebars, and it almost looks like the phone is just floating in place. It's a really cool mount. I love it a lot, but one strange bug happened to me, which I found out was a common thing. I was actually using my phone just to take some pictures and shoot some video recently, and noticed that the focus was having trouble focusing, and it was buzzing, and it sounded like the phone was ringing while I was taking video, but it wasn't ringing. And so I was talking to a cameraman friend of mine, and he said that that is actually a broken focus motor that was caused by the vibrations that are created through the handlebars and then up into the phone inside the quad lock. It's almost too good. It's mounted so tight and so firmly inside the phone case to the handlebars that the vibrations of the motorcycle are actually going into the phone and then causing problems in the phone. So what you guys need to do before you buy a quad lock mount is you also need to make sure that you order this motorcycle vibration dampener kit that goes right onto the quad lock and will keep it from vibrating. The kit itself is, I think it was like $22 or something like that. And then my whole other setup here was about $70, and that was including my case, which is made specific for my phone. As you can see, I've got the quad lock mount right there on the back. And so then this actually goes on here. Boom, snaps in place. So that holds my phone. And this is the case that I use when I'm on my bike doing motorcycle trips or just even tooling around for the day, so I can have my phone secure there. But again, it's just such a good mount that, you know, it clicks in place and then it's going to hold all that vibration. Now, the case itself does have this foam padding in here, but it's not enough to do it justice. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to install that vibration mount in place here and see how that looks. And then hopefully the next time I take it for a ride, it won't vibrate the crap out of my phone and I won't have to get a warranty replacement, which I am going to be doing with my Google Pixel 4 that I have. So fair warning for the future, don't get the quad lock mount unless you also get the vibration dampener. I'm sure once all that's together, it's good. They've done tons of tests to prove that that's going to remove all of the vibrations and dampen them well enough to keep the phone safe. So I'm sure once that's in place, I'll be good to go for the remainder of the time I'm using my quad lock. So let's go ahead and unbox this thing and get it set up. All right, so let's take this thing apart and see what we got. Okay, so as it comes apart, we've got our vibration dampener instruction manual, and there is the dampener itself. Oh, and it looks like they even give you another quad lock Allen key, which is cool, so you can keep that one with you. The quad lock system itself comes with a really nice one that has a two-sided key with like a plastic end on it that's pretty fancy, and I keep that around. But it's always nice to have a spare Allen key. And then in here, it looks like we just pull that off, and that's the dampener. So you can see here, it's got some rubber bushings. I can actually squeeze those on each side. So it's kind of like a tripod design that's got these rubber bushings. And then it looks like this just screws in place onto the main arm of the mount. And then the clip for the phone case or whatever other mount that you have for your quad lock will go right on top of here. So yeah, that's kind of neat. And what's nice is, you know, although this does seem kind of bulky, it's about the size of the palm of my hand, it still will hide behind my phone. So, you know, it'll still be nice and slim and not, you know, look too bulky on my handlebars. But unfortunately, it will look a little bulkier than what I just showed you guys a second ago. So inside also came with these instructions. So let's take a quick look in here. Just got to make sure it's facing the right way. Okay, so right. The dampener goes onto the base, and then the phone holder goes onto the dampener. Pretty straightforward. I'm gonna go ahead and get that going, and then we'll see how it looks when it's all put together. But yeah, this thing's kind of cool. It kind of looks like something that NASA made. Anyway, let's get it installed. Now, as generous as it is that they gave us that little Allen wrench with the dampener, this is the one that actually comes with the original quad lock. You can see here it's got two different parts of the Allen key. I mean, I think there's just an Allen wrench just inside of this plastic, but it gives you a nice grip to be able to adjust and change out these screws. So I'm gonna get this part taken apart and see if I can get that new dampener put in place. So we're gonna take off the actual phone mount first. And you can see that's off. And the mechanism just goes up and down like that, so that's kind of spring loaded, and you can see that there's a screw here with Loctite. And we're gonna get the dampener, which has that same screw right there, and is gonna go inside of this, I presume, like so. And then we want to stick our Allen key inside, tighten that down. Okay, so the dampener is in place now, and I'm gonna grab my phone mount and put that right over there. I think I had it slightly angled so I could see it. Tighten this in place, nice and snug. So there's the dampener. Oh yeah, you can really see how the whole thing kind of wiggles now. It's gonna absorb that shock. This was completely stiff before. None of this side to side movement was happening when I was pushing the lever down. It was completely solid, which again, I really like that, but I'd rather have a working phone. Now let's grab the case with the quad lock on the back. Boom. Case is in place. Okay. That looks pretty good. So again, pretty simple setup, and what I do to move this between my two bikes. So this is on my 2010 Street Triple. And when I move this over to my Thruxton R, I actually just take this, I use the same spacer because it's the same size bar that's in between here on the clamp. I just move this off and then kind of readjust everything. So I have a second thing I need to adjust now, which is the dampener, but I think that's going to be okay. As long as my phone is protected, then I think we're good. So we'll call this upgrade done.